Aries. Aries symbol. It's not always easy to stick to routines today, dear Aries, as much as you'd like to accomplish something solid. Vague restlessness can take hold, and your attention is divided. It may also be challenging to please a friend right now, and you cannot be everything to everyone. There can be competing energies pitting your social life or leisure time against chores and duties. In fact, today's transits seem better for rest and reflection than for innovation. If you feel overwhelmed, consider stripping things back a little, but also aim for balance. Energies may temporarily dip, but it's a good idea to slow down a bit for now. Avoid too high expectations today. There may be some doubts that need clearing up, and it's a process that you can't and shouldn't push. Authenticity is always important to you in the long run, so take your time making decisions. Taurus. Taurus symbol. Not everything comes together today, dear Taurus, but it's a good time to see areas that need some adjustments. There can be mixed signals to decipher or problems managing your work-life balance. It makes sense to slow down and stall decision-making if possible until you're clearer about others and your own needs. People in your life may be frustrated with your divided attention today, but then again, you may not find it easy to understand them in spots. It's temporary. Minor, unexpected reactions or events can make for a somewhat changeable day. Even so, there are ways to manage them. Your focus can diffuse further as the day advances. Aim to be patient and either commit to a roundabout way of getting where you want to go or wait for a better time to pursue your goals more directly. Gemini. Gemini symbol. Once again, minor challenging aspects today can play with your expectations and lead to some poor timing, dear Gemini. You might keep others at arm's length, or attempts to get close to others can end up turning you off or stirring up feelings of restlessness. It's not the perfect day for intimacy, as people around you are generally difficult to please, including yourself. Aim to take things slowly as you sort out what you genuinely want, giving others space to do the same for best results. Today's energies are a little too murky for big moves, but it's a good day for slowing down and processing, digesting, and enjoying yourself. Aim to slow your roll just enough that you see where you might be making errors or overlooking your true feelings on a matter. A minute-by-minute approach seems ideal. Cancer. Cancer symbol. Your communication skills are in generally fine form these days with current transits, dear Cancer. People could find your ideas and style of expression especially attractive. Today, there can be some problems getting your message across, but it's temporary. While handling unfinished business might not seem glamorous right now, it can help reduce guilt or stress levels from the nagging feeling that you have things left to do. You can feel in limbo, confused by mixed signals, or exhausted with very different drives competing for your attention. You can be more sensitive than usual, and you may need some rest or special attention to overlooked needs. Watch for seeing problems where they don't exist. If emotions and reactions seem to be inappropriate for the situation, it's time to look within. Significant purchases should probably wait for a day when judgment is sharper. Leo. Whims can take hold today, and if you feel unsettled, dear Leo, it can be a good idea to try to get in touch with what's truly bothering you. A difference in values with someone can be an issue, and there can be difficulties relating to others in general, primarily due to exaggeration or sensitivity. It's better to tackle things one step at a time instead of pushing. Slowing down, making adjustments, and imagining possibilities may be better than pursuing your interests directly today. Either you need to think something through or make refinements before moving forward. You could be feeling a little vulnerable or low and temporarily demotivated. Consider sleeping on your ideas and waiting for confidence to return. This way, you'll get the chance to consider more angles. Virgo. With Mercury, Venus, and Mars in your sign these days, dear Virgo, your desires are immediate and pressing. Today, they may not reflect what's in your heart, with current minor challenging aspects that seem to ask you to slow down, adjust, and reconsider. In fact, on some level, your desires may be leading you astray if you're avoiding things or not quite ready to see what's in your heart. It makes sense to wait and see if it's possible now. Giving yourself some room to explore and discover makes sense. You're more impressionable, vulnerable, sensitive, and inclined to daydream. You may give in to others or withdraw and escape something you'd rather not do only because you don't have the energy. Aim to rest, digest, and process a bit more before moving forward. Libra. Energies are just a little tricky for relationships today, dear Libra, and once again, not ideal for timing or decision making. You could find yourself at cross purposes with someone, and it might not be easy to reach a happy resolution or compromise. Part of this could be that you are unsure whether you want to pursue something or let people come to you. You can be confused about alternatives. Striving to make peace with the past is most useful these days, but it's not easy to see things clearly just for now. While your need to process and take things easy is real, the desire to push forward and enjoy yourself more spontaneously is also compelling. Aim to go slow and figure out what's in your heart before taking concrete action. A temporary dip in energy is possible, and it may be better to go with the flow or wait and see rather than insist on a solid plan. Scorpio. While the moon in your sign all day feels fresh, dear Scorpio, the day's energies are better for biding your time. Your desire for variety is strong these days, but a good part of you wants to hide yourself away or keep your observations to yourself. Again today, interactions can be a little off, or the timing is wrong. There can be some doubts or concerns that prevent you from interacting naturally with friends or associates. You can temporarily feel divided, uncertain about someone's feelings, or in limbo. Slowing down makes sense until you reorient yourself. Strive for objectivity, even if you need to find it through someone else, before making any substantial commitments or delay them for a better time. Sagittarius. Today's transits bring on further indecision, dear Sagittarius, but it may be a good time to wait and see. Promises made today may not transpire. You might attract people who take you for granted, and you may need to establish boundaries as a result. If you feel a little out of balance, your best bet is to slow down and avoid acting on impulses. Some procrastination or uncertainty about your next step is possible just for now. It can be challenging to find a balance between responsibility and pleasure, as it may involve cutting out some activities or toning things down, but it's likely for the best right now. Plans may not be coming together today, but it's likely only a tiny speed bump. The gap between your wishes and reality may seem more prominent than usual, but don't waste time on discouragement. Instead, give yourself time. Capricorn. There's a tendency to feel a bit out of the loop today, dear Capricorn. Aim to be selective with where to direct your energy, and try to rest or strengthen yourself instead of pushing something that isn't ready to move. With today's transits, you could fixate on something you think you want but then discover that it's not the answer to your problems. You could be toying with money or things that you think will make you feel better. Restlessness is likely until you reorient yourself. In truth, today's influences favor enhancing or improving existing resources rather than beginning new endeavors. You're sensitive at the moment and may not be ready to learn all about a situation. Aquarius. These days are good for sharing yourself or enjoying in-depth activities with a strong focus on your solar 8th house, dear Aquarius. However, today, you can be hesitant to give of yourself as you're sensitive to anything that feels like others are impinging upon your freedom. Or, confusion about boundaries in a relationship can be prominent. Affections can be intense one minute, and then they cool down the next. Whether to go after what you want or see if it comes to you naturally can be a dilemma today. Feeling a bit deflated can be a sign that you need a break or time out. Pisces. It may not be straightforward to see things for what they are or for their value today, dear Pisces. There can be competing feelings when it comes to the need for privacy and togetherness. You might work on trying to discern between feelings coming from a place of insecurity and those that come from the heart. Something could be leading to a dead end, which means you should investigate alternatives. However, be careful not to jump into something due to current frustrations that you may regret. It's better to take things easy or one step at a time. Stepping to the side could be better than confronting or challenging with the energies active today. This gives you the chance to observe and redirect plans or your energies if need be.